In the history of college football have had games, and more specifically, endings etched into the memory banks, etched into the lore of the sport, more than the Iron Bowl. From the kick six to the grave digger, you just hear those words, emotions, frustrations stirred up that last a whole year. And in a rivalry game like this one, we can only hope for another classic like those. As we'll see a squad from the SEC, the Alabama Crimson Tide, taking on another SEC rival, the Auburn Tigers. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, David Pollack, and Jesse Palmer with me. Guys, it's time to get it going. Alabama about to kick off to get things started. He'll start the return inside his 5. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. So the Auburn Tigers offense will get the ball first. Last year's Iron Bowl is pretty much what we've come to expect when it's in Tuscaloosa, as scripted as it was a year ago. The drama you tend to find when they play in Jordan-Hare, but there's no mistaking the intensity no matter where these two get together.
Yeah, and Auburn didn't play their best, but this rivalry always provides fun. Like, there's some way, somehow, it shouldn't happen. Where it's played has always mattered. It seems like it will swing the pendulum a little bit, but a lot of hate in the Iron Bowl. The state of Alabama, you're either on one side or the other, and it's usually not friendly. This will be a fun game to watch.
I feel like this is the rivalry game that consistently provides the most drama at the end of every season. That's why it's so much fun to watch. Last year when these guys played, Peyton Thorne threw for over 300 yards, but it wasn't close to enough. They need more balance. They can't turn the football over if they're going to get this win over their hated in-state rival.
Here comes the offense on second down. Wants to go up top. Can't make the connection, and the defense putting on the heat and forcing the incompletion. As they get set to snap it, time winding down here in the quarter. Third and long, and he'll try to throw for it. Looking left. Can't make the catch on third down, and the rarest of drops for this guy. Auburn sends out the punting unit. Getting our first look of the afternoon at the punter. I wouldn't quite call it a shank, but that's not exactly going to go on the resume reel. And the punt team able to sling him to the ground. It's been a defensive battle through the first period, and the stats tell that tale. Sometimes you see the offenses sort of settle in, find areas to probe after that first quarter. So after the break, they'll go back to work. Looking to throw at Simpson. He's moving out of the pocket. Under fire. Running into the open space. Came through like a shot and knocked him down for a loss of 5. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. The Crimson Tide just hoping at least to get some of the yardage back here on second down. Looking to fire. Scrambling away. Gets away. Oh, he's going to be brought down. A huge loss on the play. That's the end of the second quarter. That means it's time to join Kevin in our halftime update.
Fellows, in a rivalry filled with magical moments, even more here today between the Tigers and Tide. And that defense has to feel like it just played about as close to a perfect first half as it can play. And who am I to argue? I mean, check out that scoreboard. Bone-crushing hits and an airtight secondary. Feels like they have 12, 13 dudes out there against that offense, which needs a real pick-me-up and fast. With that, let's throw it back to the guys to see how the fight between Alabama and Auburn plays out.
All right, Kevin, about ready to start the second half here. Auburn ready to boot it deep to start the second half. Takes it inside the 25, and he'll bring it back. Buys just enough space to cross the 25. Let's mark it at the 27-yard line. This drive will start at their own 27-yard line. Coming out on first down with the play fake. Trying to escape and get it himself. And this one will be stopped for no gain. They're dealing with a second and long. Dropping back, it's Simpson. Buying some time as he moves left. Lowers that shoulder, delivers the blow. He steps out right at the 40-yard line, and now they are in business moving toward midfield. All defense so far, nobody giving an inch. And how long has it been since you've seen a scoreless game through 3 periods? This is just the way you want it. The game will be won or lost in the fourth quarter as we take a look at the stats through 3. So first down will open up the final period. Looking to throw on first down. He'll try to do it himself.
And that's exactly what this defense is going to have to do late in this football game. They understand the situation. They're in the full 2-minute drill. They're playing pass, but understanding the quarterback can still run. Nice job playing pass, playing coverage first, protecting yourself, and then rallying to the football and getting the quarterback on the ground.
Got him looking run. He wants to throw. Trying to make magic on the scramble. He stopped at the 45 after picking up 10 yards and the first down.
Every possession later in the game means so much more. You start getting the fourth quarter, one-possession games, QB drops back and makes these first downs. These extra set of downs now become so much more important late in these ball games.
Looking downfield on first down. Quarterback on the move, still looking. And he's almost to that first down marker there, saying he's a little bit short. They might want to bring out the sticks and measure, but it looks as if he'll be just short of the first down. All right, guys, so here we go in overtime, and just to refresh everyone's memory, alternating possessions starting on the opponent's 25.
And you want to play defense first because you want to know what you need. That's a key philosophical approach for most teams when it comes to overtime, David.
Yeah, and remember the rule change a couple years ago, too, in the second overtime and two-point conversion. So all this stuff is situational type football that you better have worked on throughout these weeks of the season.
We'll get it started here in overtime. They'll run it out of the shotgun. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play. They got nothing on the last play. It's 2nd and 10. They'll ride the running back and leave it with him. Finds a little bit of room. Give him a couple down to the 23. They'd love to strike first with a touchdown. They'll try to keep the drive alive on third down. On the run, it's Alston. They'll knock him down for a loss of a couple.
They're trying to run. And there's just nowhere to go for the ball carrier inside. He tried to bounce it to the outside. That linebacker way too fast. He met him there and forced the TFL.
No good. Field goal attempt is no good. It is a devastating blow to not come away with points here in overtime.
And sometimes I just feel like fourth down, man, just go for it every time. Like, the field goal miss-make rate. And listen, kickers have improved the last couple of years, but you left some points off the scoreboard there.
First down, and this defense is desperate. Any kind of score, and it's over. They'll go to the ground. Out of the crowd, and now he's got room. There he goes. The tackle is made, but he's got it first and goal from the 6.
Well, he was able to gash him on that play. You just give this guy 1 inch, one little crease. He puts his foot in the ground, and he gets north fast.
They're already in position for a potential game-winning field goal here on first and goal in overtime. They'll use the running game on first and goal. He got it in! A walk-off touchdown in overtime!
And this running back is so dangerous down close to the end zone. He's got wiggle, he's got great vision and burst, and he showed all of those attributes right there.
I know how to sum up this game succinctly. That was fun, and what a victory to remember.
Fun for them, fun for us, just the back and forth, games that are so nip and tuck, and you know every play matters so much. These are the games that we love to call.
Yeah, every play matters, David, and that's why coaching staffs practice overtime scenarios and situations throughout the week. It's important to drill these types of scenarios. You never know what games are going to go to OT, and when they do, you love to be able to go out and execute with the game on the line.
That's going to do it from here. For David Pollack and Jesse Palmer, I'm Reese Davis, and you've been watching another presentation of EA Sports College Football. Matchups in the history of college football have had games, and more specifically endings, etched into the memory banks, etched into the lore of the sport more than the Iron Bowl. From the kick six to the grave digger, you just hear those words, emotions, frustrations stirred up that last a whole year. And in a rivalry game like this one, we can only hope for another classic like those. As we'll see a squad from the SEC, the Auburn Tigers, taking on the 9th-ranked team in the land, the Alabama Crimson Tide. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, here with David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. Guys, let's get this thing rolling. Alabama He'll bring it back from inside his 5. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. So Auburn's offense will be first on the attack. While it didn't have the drama we've come to expect in past Iron Bowls, last year's game in Tuscaloosa was certainly one where Auburn fans had to feel as if they missed some opportunities.
No, Alabama didn't make it easy on themselves last year either because they turned it over 4 different times. In the end, it was Jalen Milroe's legs that made the difference. 3 rushing touchdowns for him. Of course, he's not in Tuscaloosa anymore, David. They're going to have to keep running the football efficiently if they're going to win this one.
And these games get weird on their home fields. And Auburn's got to feel...
And here's a fumble way behind the line. That football must be riveted to your rib cage. How can you let it go? At least they fell on it. On 3rd and long, doesn't need to take the check down. And now they've lost the ball here. Matchups in the history of college football have had games and more specifically endings etched into the memory banks, etched into the lore of the sport more than the Iron Bowl. From the kick six to the grave digger, you just hear those words. Emotions, frustrations stirred up that last a whole year. And in a rivalry game like this one, we can only hope for another classic like those. As we'll see a squad from the SEC, the Auburn Tigers, taking on the 9th-ranked team in the land, the Alabama Crimson Tide. Glad to have you with us for EA Sports College Football. I'm Reese Davis, David Pollack and Jesse Palmer with me in the booth. Guys, we are ready to tee it up. Auburn will kick off to get us underway. From inside the 20, chance for great field position. He'll be stopped, but good work there to get the ball out to the 37. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. The Crimson Tide offense takes the field to start things off. While it didn't have the drama we've come to expect in past Iron Bowls, last year's game in Tuscaloosa was certainly one where Auburn fans had to feel as if they missed some opportunities.
No, Alabama didn't make it easy on themselves last year either because they turned it over 4 different times. In the end, it was Jalen Milroe's legs that made the difference. 3 rushing touchdowns for him. Of course, he's not in Tuscaloosa anymore, David. They're going to have to keep running the football efficiently if they're going to win this one.
And these games get weird on their home fields. And Auburn's got to feel confident at home. Like, something always happens crazy on the plains. They always play Alabama tough. Last year, obviously, was not that competitive. Different site, different ball game.
Looking to scramble. Escapes trouble. Going to try to get it himself. And I think they'll give him 2 on that one. 2nd and 8 coming up. As they get set to snap it, just about to reach the end of the quarter. Dropping back, it's Simpson. Dances away from the pressure, going to his left. And he'll be out of bounds on what turns out to be the final play of the first quarter. Defense has dominated the early part of this game, and the stats point that out emphatically. Let's see if the offenses can find a little rhythm here in the second. So they go back to work after the break, and it is 3rd down. Gets the back moving. On 3rd and long, he has to throw for it. Trying to make magic with his feet. He was running through tackles and picked up the first down and finally got knocked down. Alabama with a 1st and 10 here. Been showing them the run. Now they'll throw it. Here comes the heat. Quarterback extends the play. Wiggles free. Not a lot going on there. Picked up a couple.
And we've already seen it a couple times now. Like, he is more than willing and actually quick. He's quick to get those puppies moving and get out the pocket and go scramble and make a play. If this defense is paying attention, his feet is a big part of this game plan.
Looking to buy time. Gets away from... Pressure is all over him, and he can't get it off. Down he goes, and that'll bring us to the end of the first half. We played 2 quarters here. Time to go to Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
Fellas, in a rivalry filled with magical moments, even more here today between the Tigers and Tide. And talk about a good, competitive game so far. Not saying this has been the best first half we've seen in the history of these 2 programs, but they've matched each other's intensity, and the result has been, well, a good, competitive game so far. They don't call me the most creative man in broadcasting for nothing, you know. With that, let's throw it back to the guys to see how the fight between Alabama and Auburn plays out.
All right, Kevin, about ready to get things cranked back up here. On the move from inside his 5. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. So much for the idea of halftime settling down this crowd. They are ready to roll in the second half. They'll start the 3rd quarter with the run. He'll be stopped just short of the 20 at the 19. Give him 1. You can barely hear yourself thinking here as they're trying to get this defense off to a good start. Bring in the heat. Nowhere to go, and the ball is loose. Defense got it. They're on the run.
And that is exactly how you draw it up. You get to the quarterback, but you get the football out. You hit him, you try to rake it out. Great job by the defense. Getting the sack, getting the fumble.
The Tide offense rolls onto the field. They'll move the tight end. Dropping back, it's Simpson. Looking for space to the left. Always a welcome play for the defense as they get a sack at the 47. The Crimson Tide just hoping at least to get some of the yardage back here on 2nd down. Back to pass. Might be looking to run. Inside the 35. And he's knocked down. The defense going to stop the clock with a timeout. They want to make sure they have everybody on the same page. Alabama comes to the line on 3rd and short. Looking to throw for it. Steps to his left, out of the pocket. Creates a little room. Turning it on. They bring him down. He's got a 1st down, but that might be the final play of the 3rd quarter. The defense uses their 2nd timeout of the half as they try to get their act together. Time for one more snap before the end of the quarter. Now from inside the red zone. Oh, they're after him. Keeps the play going. They get him on the ground, and that'll be the final play of this 3rd period. Defense, defense, defense. No one is giving an inch, and the stats bear that out after 3. It's easy to think back to 2014, Wake Forest, Virginia Tech, the last time we had a game go into overtime as a scoreless tie. Let's see if that's the way this one goes as we start the 4th. Gonna swing it on 2nd down. Rushes on him, and he can't get it off. Taken down. What a huge play this late in the game. The defense burns their third and final timeout of the half. Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. Flushed out of the pocket. Slides away. Buys a little time. And he can't find anyone open, and down he goes. A sack here late in the fourth. Oh, the fake. They snapped it to the up man. He's on the move. Oh, they are all over him. That never had a chance, and the fake blows up in their face. First play of the drive, wants to throw. Under fire. He picks it up, still on his feet.
Doesn't it always seem like that ball is on the ground for like 30 seconds? You got 17 guys running at it in slow motion. Like, I got to get the football. Offense, very lucky to get that football back.
To the air on second down. And he's all bottled up, and now it's worse. The ball's loose. And what a break to get that football back. At this juncture, that would have been catastrophic. 4 quarters not enough to settle this one. We're headed to overtime.
And these teams have played so well, back and forth, evenly contested game. How about a little free football, Jesse?
Yeah, I love this, Dave. Free football. And finding out which of these two teams is the most mature. Who can settle down now with the game on the line and make the big play.
All right, guys, so here we go in overtime. And just to refresh everyone's memory, alternating possession starting on the opponent's 25.
And it's so nice to be on defense first, just to set the tone, to understand what you need. Try to hold them to a field goal. The offense knows they can do their job to go out and get a win. Just 2 possessions, Paul. We're like, you got to be at your best.
Yeah, and I love the new rules, too, because in the third overtime possession, it goes to alternating 2-point plays. Back and forth. Who's got anything left in the tank here in OT?
So here comes our first play of overtime. Running back searching for a hole. Got a little space. Pulled down after a nice run, and they're in the red zone at the 19. Alabama with a multitude of options on second and short. Leaves it with the back. Defense there to stop him after he picked up a yard. Ball's at the 17. They want to keep this drive alive. Third and short here in overtime. They'll try to move the chains on the ground. And they'll knock him down in the backfield for a loss of yardage.
Great job of contained by this defense. And in order to do that, the end man on the line of scrimmage...
The fake. Kicker's going to run for it. He did not make it. Stopped short, and they'll turn the football over, and now a field goal will win it. Defense has its back against the wall as they try to extend this game and force another overtime. Here's the handoff. Blast his way ahead, but not much room. A pickup of 1 to the 24. Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. Looking for room. It's Alston. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. 3rd and long, and they don't want to move backwards to make sure they have a chance to kick an easy one and win it in OT. They'll knock him down for a loss of a couple.
Well, they're just trying to run the ball, but that time there was absolutely nowhere for the running back to go, and as a result, that's a tackle for loss.
Oh, and he missed Missed it. No good. And after the miss, the only hope is to get a stop and play another round of overtime. We play on. First down here in the second overtime period. The give on the counter. He's going to lose a yard on that one. It's amazing how a play by a defensive end in the backfield can really swing the momentum not only of a series but of a game sometimes.
All you're trying to do is create negative plays, to get them behind the sticks a little bit, to get those sacks, to get those tackles for losses. You see so much stunting in college football up front with the defensive line because you know once you get one of those plays, you got the offense right where you want it.
Oh, he's got some space. And boy, is he close to that first down, maybe just a couple of inches short. They'll try to strike first with a field goal in overtime. That's blocked. Got a hand on it in OT.
Man, I've been a holder. It's never fun to see a field goal block because you're so low to the ground and you have that unique perspective. You see the mountain growing in front of you. All those hands going up, and you know that kicker has got no shot. That thing is going to get blocked.
Couldn't ask for better starting field position for this offense. They'll try the run. Got enough for the first down. He'll get that one all the way down to the 4-yard line before he stopped.
What a big-time run for this offense. A physical run, getting down, almost scoring the touchdown.
Yeah, and considering how well they're running it right now, why wouldn't you just hand it off to this guy right here again?
They must protect the football here. They're already. Well, he got it in. Ball game. What a clutch play as they win it in double overtime.
I love running backs that have a nose for the goal line, understand how to get there, finish strong into the end zone, know I get 6, and then go celebrate with your boys.
My pulse rate is still through the roof on this game. I would have called that one for free. Wait, I don't want to get carried away there, but it was a really fun game and a great win.
It really was. I know we're all up here, we're bouncing around, we're excited after having seen what we just saw. What a great win for this team to go out and do it in overtime. That's the type of game that fans are going to